sweater?
think so.
I didn't realize that. Anyway, we had Moochie's man this week, Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Not only is he a rookie head coach, but he's the third youngest coach in the National Football League. And yeah, the Browns went 11-5 in a very tough AFC North division. And you know what? Yeah, first playoff appearance in 18 years. MJ, you were just a kid, and that's an amazing accomplishment. And you know what? He brought in a new system from the Vikings, and he did a great job with Baker Mayfield. They ran the ball. The play-action game was awesome, and he has his team on the right track. Now, it's not going to get any easier. Yeah, it was a great win against the Steelers, but the Steelers, as you know, left their 4 captains behind, and, they arrested some guys. So now the Browns will return to Pittsburgh for the playoff game. And I'm just telling you, playing a team for the third time, and I've had to do that before in my career, it's not easy for either team, really. You got to kind of do what you do best, right? But you got to have also the element of surprise and some things where you break your tendencies. This will be a real test for Kevin Stefanski. He did a great job, but now he's going to be running into a buzzsaw over there with a rested, healthy Pittsburgh Steelers kind of team. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch in the playoffs.
Mooch, what was it, almost 2 decades? Yeah, I was getting ready to graduate high school. Definitely still a kid, for sure. This was a huge year for Cleveland, Mooch. I'm happy for Stefanski and for Browns fans as well. All right, Mooch, thank you. And listen, Willie, this is the perfect way to get into our special edition of Baller Alert. You and David, take it away.
Yeah, MJ, this is the top ballers of 2020. So, David, there's no white tees, there's black tie only. So I'm going to kick it off with you for top baller alerts of the year.
Talk about top ballers. This guy was a stud from day one. Right when he came out as a rookie, breaking Randy Moss and Anquan Bolden's receiving yardage record, both NFL-wide and with the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson is an absolute stud. Stephon Diggs left, and you thought, well, it's going to be difficult for him to throw the football down the field with him being gone. Yeah, you still got Thielen, but man, this kid came in, and look at him. He's coming back to the ball on crossing routes. He just does all the little things very well. He's very explosive and dynamic, competes, blocks in the run game. Love this guy.
How about Aaron Rodgers? A lot of people wondered what this offense would look like going into this season with not drafting the top receiver. All he did was lead the league with 48 touchdowns, passer rating, completion percentage. He did it all. And when you look at the way he did it and how he did it, he had injuries, guys in and out of the lineups. He did it. And guess what? He tied or came in second to a passer rating record, which was held by, guess who? Mr. MVP maybe this year, himself in 2011.
Love that. And you can't really have an MVP candidate at quarterback without a stud at wide receiver.
True.
So Devontae Adams, who happens to be from Fresno State, I don't know if you knew that, and Stephon Diggs. These guys basically just went out and took over the receiving position. Stephon Diggs obviously made Josh Allen's job a whole lot easier. He's one of the main reasons the Buffalo Bills are in the position that they're in. 2 dynamic receivers leading in touchdowns and receptions. Fantastic job by both these guys.
And let's welcome in once again, David, Derrick Henry, King Henry, a.k.a. Triple Crown. You know what Triple Crown is? When you lead the league in carries, you lead the league in rush yards, and you lead the league in rush touchdowns. He did that back-to-back years. The only other guy to do that was in 1967-68, Leroy Kelly. Nobody's ever done that, okay? The other thing that he did, he was the 8th player in NFL history to top over 2,000 yards. He will be carrying and running and putting his team on his back deep into the playoffs, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 2,000 yards again next year.
Love that. And I don't like sacks, but we'll give a little love to you and your rushers and with TJ Watt. This dude just basically, I mean, you look at what their defense is and how they're built in Pittsburgh, it's putting pressure on the quarterback. They've always been that way. And you got to have a dynamic rusher like TJ Watt. Led the league in NFL in sacks. Fantastic effort. The guy never slows down. He's going to be back this week. The Browns, although they're feeling pretty good about the playoffs, guy's going to play this week. It's going to be a lot harder.
I know you know defense wins championships, so I'm going to stay on the defensive side. How about Xavier Howard? Okay, defensive back, led the league with 10 interceptions. He had 20 pass defense, which also led the league. And quarterbacks, if you threw at him, you knew that your passer rating was going to be low because nobody completed a lot to him. The other guy, Zach Cunningham, okay, linebacker for the Texans, played in space, one of the better guys in the game. 163 tackles. He was top 10 tackler last year, MJ. And like I said, for the end of the year baller alert, you got to be dressed to impress. No white tees.
No extra, that 3XL, I got you. Love that list, Willie. We had quite a few records and milestones in Week 17. 12,692 points scored was the most in NFL history. In the battle of Tom versus time, yeah, Tom won again. He became the oldest player with 40 passing touchdowns in a season. Lamar Jackson became the first QB with consecutive 1,000 rush yard seasons, and the Browns ended a 17-season playoff drought. Cleveland rocked last night, for sure. Tell me if you know the reference there. It's almost time to solve the weekly mystery known as Go Figure. Today, we reveal the hidden truth behind the numbers 90, 4, and 85. Make your best guess and see for yourself after the break on NFL Total Access. Each with its own story, beginning with 90. 90 is a grade given by our friends over at PFF. 90 means you're an A student. Score a 90 for any given week, and it means you boss the field. Score 90 for the entire season, and it means you're just a boss. Out of the 1,700 players in the NFL, only 24 got a grade of at least 90. And what's so great for us is that most of them are still playing. Guys like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and TJ Watt and Derrick Henry. And yeah, you see where I'm going with this. The NFL playoffs are a recognition of the best teams, and they're also a celebration of the best players. Congratulations, Team 90. Can't wait to see you later. All right, our next number is 4, in honor of Houston's number 4, but not because of Deshaun Watson's jersey. That's too easy. Because number 4 ranks in the top 4 in so many major categories. Passing yards, he ranks number 1. Yards per attempt, number 1. Yards per game, number 2. Okay, so he piles up stats, but he's probably not efficient, right? So wrong. His passer rating ranks number 2. His PFF grade among QBs, number 3. And his interception percentage, number 4. And then you realize he also ranks number 2 in total sacks, and that the Texans rank number 2 from the bottom in rushing offense. Get him an O-line, and number 4 will get you more wins than just, well, 4. Our last number is the number that should worry Steelers Nation right now, 85. Because no one averaging fewer than 85 rush yards a game has ever won a Super Bowl. But black and gold, averaging 84.4, less than 85 last in the NFL. Sorry, but until this team finds balance, they won't find a bowl. Go figure. All right, so why is it called Wild Card Weekend? Super Wild Card Weekend this time, because with 7 seeds in each conference and only 1 bye, no fewer than 12 teams will be in action. After the break on NFL Total